Hey guys, today we're making simple Christmas bracelets. This first has a single sliding knot and a beautiful little charm floating around the bracelet. The second design has the charm floating as well, but this design has two sliding knots that you can slide along to adjust the size of your bracelet. For both designs we're using 2mm satin nylon cord in either red or green. Now we've got our beautiful gold Christmas charms. I'll link everything I use in this video in the description box. They're not already on their jump rings, so we need to place a jump ring on to thread it through our bracelet. So to pop them on, you just grab two sets of pliers, holding that jump ring with the opening at the top, twisting it open, placing your charm on, and twisting it back closed again. Now it's ready to place onto your bracelet. For both bracelets we need 50 centimeters of our 2mm satin nylon cord. I'm going to make the green bracelet above with a single sliding knot first. We start by threading our charm onto our bracelet, bringing it near the middle. Now holding our cord, we lay the left side end on top of the right side end, making sure we've got a little bit of length on this top cord. Now I readjust my left hand so that I can hold that cord underneath between my left index finger and thumb. Now taking this top cord down the back and around our finger to form our first loop here. So working towards the left, we take this cord down the back and around our finger for a second loop, and again for a third loop as well. So you should have 3 loops here on your finger, and we gently remove the loops, bending the end of our cord around and placing it down all 3 loops. Now we gently pull this knot tight, trying to keep those loops in their same order. That makes a nice tidy barrel knot. So this should be a sliding knot. You can check that it slides along your other cord okay, and then we can size the bracelet. So just putting it into position on your wrist, and then you can pull these cords out and see where you need your stopper knots to be. So probably about there, and then just check you can still fit it over your hand. Now we can tie some simple overhand knots onto both of these cords in that position. Just making sure both knots are nice and even on both cords. Once you're happy with it, then cut the ends of your cords off just outside the knots and singe with a lighter so they don't fray. So there's our first beautiful Christmas bracelet. Now onto the red one with 2 sliding knots. First up, place your charm onto the bracelet, bringing it near the middle. For this design, we lay our cords on the table with this left side cord on the top. Now picking it up and holding it with this left side cord at the back, making sure we've got a little bit of length on this cord, and then bringing it over the front, down and out the back to form our first loop here. Now working towards the left, we bring it again over the front, down and out the back to form our second loop. So gently holding our loops there, we bend the end of our cord around and place it down both loops, pulling it out the right hand side and gently pulling this knot down tight. Now we swap the bracelet onto the opposite side, again holding it in our left hand with this left side cord at the back. Now bringing it over the front, down and out the back to form our first loop here. And again to the left, over the front, down and out the back to form our second loop here. Now bending the end of our cord around and placing it down both loops, pulling it out the right hand side and gently pulling this knot down tight. Now you should have a fully functional sliding knot bracelet. You can untie and retie these knots as well if you're not happy with the positions or the look of the knots. But you can test it out now, try it on for size, And if you're happy with it all, then you can cut these tails off just outside the knots and singe with a lighter so they don't fray. So there's your 2 simple Christmas sliding knot bracelets.